And I'm back. I went ahead and changed OBS's scaled resolution setting to see if this will help, because the one I had used before, like earlier in the week, was a little too low. It made my recordings be in just 480 quality on YouTube, which is really low. I would rather it stay at 720. So I'm trying one that's lower than what I was at just recently, but higher than what I had done last week. So now we're heading to Lake Knot City. Sorry to interrupt this musical bit. And I'm going to update my Twitch stream information. Okay. We're no longer in Port Knot City, so I wanted to update. Take it easy, Sam. Sidetracking because I know there's a memory chip over here. There it is. While I'm doing the stream of this game, I'm not gonna go out my way to get the more obscure memory chip locations, just the ones that are on the way to other locations. Big old tower. Oh, can't get distracted. Even turning the camera can make him move a little bit. Alright. Here we are, Lake Knot City.
Decontaminating suit. All clear. Welcome, Sam Porter Bridges.
Everything you're transporting above board? Nothing dangerous or illicit? I'm sure they checked you on the way in, but I'm gonna have to take a second look. All clear. Not picking up anything unusual. Cargo looks great too. Been a while since we got some of this stuff.
It's awesome. Ceramics can now be used at all UCA-affiliated facilities. The amount of materials that can be used in Lake Knot City has increased. And we're gonna need a lot of ceramics in the future. You have been awarded the title of Great Handler. Aim higher and you may soon be recognized as a mover. You have reached miscellaneous grade 30. You will now receive more likes.
Sorry for the hassle. Can't be too careful these days. Oh, we heard you were carrying a Cupid. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
You're clear to link us up.
Lake Knot City has joined the UCA. William Lake has provided design data for the following: smoke-emitting decoy cargo. New interview data acquired.
So we're finally on the network. Long time coming. We won't hold anything back. Capital Knot City will get everything. If all this info sharing makes everyone safer, I'm all for it. You can bet I'm not the only one here who feels that way. I suppose it was better when Bridges 1 first came this way. At least I don't remember terrorists and BTs making our lives difficult back then. Well, be careful out there. The world's not what it used to be. And thank you.
finally made it past ground zero, Sam. Congratulations. And thank you. It'll only get harder from here, though. When we first came through, it was different. Peaceful. The 3 cities out there, Lake, Middle, and South Knot, were all on board with our plans for reconstruction. Fragile Express was contracted by all 3 and kept supplies moving, and people connected. But that all changed a year ago, when the Separatists carried out their attacks. One took out Middle Knot City. They detonated nukes from the old days. Half of South Knot City went up in the other. Casualties were devastating. Bridges doesn't have the resources to link up the remaining cities on its own. We need to secure the support of everyone, even those who want nothing to do with the UCA. Impossible as that may seem.
The situation has changed dramatically since Bridges 1 first went west. The destruction of Middle Knot in particular forced us to adapt a new strategy. It's like Amelie said, we don't have the time or resources to construct another knot on that scale. That's why we've taken to cutting deals with preppers and the like. Our only recourse is to utilize their shelters to bolster the strength of the network.
Takes a special kind of person to live out here on their own. The kind that'll tell us to fuck off if we ask them to join the UCA.
Oh, we know. No one's expecting them to say yes up front. But even if they don't like dealing with most people, they got on okay with Fragile Express.
Don't tell me. You want us to use her credentials to get in good with them.
Bingo. She's agreed to it too.
And in exchange, she gets...
Nothing really. A chance to get back at Higgs, I suppose. I can't blame her for wanting one. He took everything from her and then some. Time healed some wounds, but not hers. The work ahead won't be simple or easy, but it needs doing. Get some rest for now. We'll talk more later.
Here.
For me?
It's called a keeper. It means knot in old words. You can also use it to count stuff. I add a knot when I make a friend.
Okay. Then how about I add another knot every time I see you? This must be very important to you if you were able to bring it here. Very special.
It is special. I made it for you.
I'll treasure it, Sam.
Something to eat?
Why are you here?
Ask your boss man.
No. I mean, why are you here?
Got a delivery for Porter. You're gonna need this on the road ahead. This will ID you as an associate of Fragile Express. It's woven from my blood and chiral crystals. Think of it as a kind of bond. Preppers around these parts won't give you trouble so long as you've got it. We were the only people making deliveries out here. This was our territory. Until Higgs fucked it all up. Me, the Express, our reputation, all of it.
And now you want to fuck them back. On your own.
I'm not on my own. The cave, Port Knot City, next to your bed. So far apart, yet somehow we keep meeting. All that beaty country in between where I should have been caught in void out. Yet here I am. Here I am.
Yep, she's able to
You can use the
teleport.
beach?
I have a beach. You've got yours. I've got mine. I use it to jump across space. I can't conjure out BTs the way Higgs can, but I can go after him, chase him to the beach. Problem is, everyone's got their own way in. I'm only allowed to pass through the beach I know and understand. I'm sure you've heard the term multiverse.
Yeah, beaches basically are a type of multiverse.
You alright?
The jumps take a lot out of me. Set my blood dry.
And that's why you need to eat a lot of cryptobiotes, because they restore blood levels.
You're going to Edge Knot City, right? Place is full of terrorists. But if you're dead set on it, then you're gonna have to deal with Higgs sooner or later.
Look, I make deliveries, killing monsters and terrorists. It's not what I do.
What if we did it together? I could use my power to help you. We don't have to want the same thing to be on the same side. I could send you across my beach. To any place the Chiralian's thick enough.
Fast
Any place
travel.
connected to the chiral network.
And what do you expect in return?
I expect you to think it over. Here. Call it an incentive. And call me if you need me. This will keep us connected. See you when I see you.
Bye, Fragile. Fast travel. Fragile can instantly transport you to any distribution center or safe house within the area covered by the chiral network. Any items you are carrying will be placed in a private locker. So, for example, I can go to all the Port Knot cities in the eastern region. So that's something I can do if I want to be trying to get all the places in the eastern region the 5 stars. If I do that, it will be something I do off screen. Alright, now I'm getting likes from BB. So that was 27. There we go. 44 likes. BB really liked that. Mm. 20 likes. Can I squeeze any more likes out of BB? $28 likes. Cool. Now to do a little check. Soothe it.
Oh.
Aha, and look what Fragile left us. A little jar of cryptobiotes. Look at them. Look at how cute they are. Look at their little faces. at that. Look at that little face. Almost makes me not want to eat it. Oh, and look at that. From our boss fight. With the Cthulhu monster. Let's eat one. Digesting cryptobiote. Alright, now to drink 3 of these. And you know what? Something I haven't quite done yet is using the toilets. That advertising. It's hilarious.
EX grenade number 2.
And EX grenade.
That should suffice. Glad to see everything's in good working order. The latest in our line of EX grenades. I give you the number 2. As you may have surmised, this model was produced with various extracts refined from your fecal matter. We suspect that your regular consumption of cryptobiotes has led you to excrete certain compounds that may prove especially effective against BTs. If you would like us to produce more, you need only furnish us with the requisite raw materials via your private room's toilet. I look forward to your feedback.
And then take a pee.
EX grenade number 1.
4 of them.
Another of our new EX grenades, the number 1. So named because it contains a vaporized extract formulated from your urine. Compared to our first iteration, this EX grenade contains a higher concentration of your fluids, which should make it more effective against BTs. Whenever you avail yourself of your private room's facilities, we will collect the results and produce additional units for your use. So you needn't worry about running out.
Alright, and with that, it's time to go. Oh wait, I should have read some. Well, I can read the interviews in mail when we get back up top.
Sam, access the Lake Knot City delivery terminal. Sam, to review. Your present objective is to extend the chiral network from Lake Knot City to South Knot City. To that end, you'll need to utilize prepper shelters as way stations. Frankly, it won't be easy. Fragile's tried to get some of them on board, but you know how preppers are. More than a few won't want anything to do with the UCA. So we've got to prove to them they're better off with us. Figure out what they need and what we can provide, and then deliver. Do that, and they just might agree to join us. All right, get to it. The list of orders is on the terminal.
Okay. Let's recycle these resins and ceramics we had picked up on the way over. And is there anything new? Well, I don't need to click that. But memory chip.
So, you're a treasure hunter in your spare time, huh? It's funny. I didn't think you had it.
I am a dog. You have my heartfelt gratitude.
Memory chip data restored.
Thank you for your contribution.
Let's read up on a few of these. Alright, we got another email from Victor Frank back at Port Knot. Re-establishing shipping lanes. How's it going, Sam? So you put Port Knot City back on the map. Not bad. Folks around here seem pretty pumped about becoming part of the UCA and all that comes with it. Chiral printers especially. You should have seen their faces when they gave them a demo. It was like I was conjuring equipment out of thin air. Oh, and before I forget, I should also thank you for all the stuff you brought, and for taking care of that BT too. You've given everyone a shot of inspiration and courage to carry on. There's not much that's more precious than that these days. There was a time when I was so shit scared of BTs that I just wanted to shut myself away and hide forever. But that's not an option. I know that now. We're on the front line here. Bridges isn't gonna make it all the way west if we don't step up our game. But don't worry, we won't let you down. We'll get Port Knot City back on its feet in no time. I won't take up any more of your time. That's all I had to say anyway. A couple of the guys wanted me to write you to make sure you knew we had your back. Come what may, we won't be throwing in the towel. Same goes for you, right? Don't worry, Victor. Nick Easton, Capital Knot. A weird glowing object in Capital Knot City. Hey Sam, you heard the latest rumors out of Capital Knot City? People have been seeing some kind of weird glowing thing up on the rooftops near the isolation ward. Seems it's a Ka, the part of a human that doesn't turn into a BT. That's what people are saying anyway. Apparently, they were a common sight back in the old days. Back before the Stranding. Back before the Stranding, I mean. Story goes that they were lost souls wandering around. One of my pals tried to go take a closer look, see what's what, but he couldn't find anything. I'm sure you could do better if you put your mind to it though, right? That actually is a memory chip. It's not a Ka at all. It's a memory chip. It's like their feeble minds can't comprehend. Alright, interviews. We got a few new ones. From Fragile, 2 years ago, preppers. When I was a little girl, my father told me that preppers were people who decided long ago that they couldn't trust their nation to be there for them anymore. That the bonds between us had grown weak long before the Death Stranding. We once had a network spanning the whole wide world that could send items from anywhere to anywhere and connect anyone with anything. But still we were isolated. Still we were alone. Some liked it that way and even wanted more. They wanted walls along their borders, wanted to turn away refugees and outsiders. Some even wanted new nations all their own. Isn't that all relatable? They began to see the state as an enemy of their freedom, not a protector of it. The ones most far gone, they didn't trust a country to defend them if something went really wrong. War, terrorism, natural disaster, you name it. So they built shelters and stocked full of supplies in preparation for the worst. And then the worst happened. The Death Stranding. America ceased to exist, and their shelters became their homes, where they would live and they would die. But while they prepared, they hadn't prepared to live there forever, which is why they wound up relying on us couriers so heavily. My father and I didn't want to go back to the old America. We didn't want a country that pushed people apart. We wanted one that brought them together, that allowed them to support one another. And that was what we tried to work toward. the lake at Ground Zero from Victor 2.5 years ago. When I first laid eyes on the lake here at Ground Zero, I was blown away by the sheer size of it. I never imagined anything could be so huge. This was just after the Death Stranding, and not many people had seen the craters up close yet. Back when I was still living with my parents and my brother on the East Coast, an explosion like nothing the world had seen before tore a gaping hole in the heart of America. There were all kinds of rumors floating around at the time, that it was a meteor, that it was a nuke dropped by another country. I was just a kid, but even I could tell the adults didn't have a clue, so you can imagine how I felt. And then we found out there had been other explosions, not just here in America, but the world over. By the time we learned they were void outs, and what void outs were, the country was pretty much done. But hey, that was then, and this is now, and things are looking up. I just got told my kid brother's still alive. Word is he's heading up a corpse disposal team in Capital Knot City. Handled his shit well enough to get picked for the second expedition. 3 more years, and he'll be out here with me. Can't wait to see him again. Oh, Victor. That was 2.5 years ago. 3 more years, yeah. Never see your brother again. I'm sorry, dude. Alright, we unlock some more memory chips. Frame Arms Kagetoda. Frame Arms robots were combat-adapted mechanoids built on motive skeletons known as frame architectures. They were originally developed in order to enhance the natural capabilities of the human body so that new territory could be opened up to an increasingly cramped population. But when the fight for ever more limited resources escalated, they were adapted for more warlike purposes. Kagetoda, an enhanced version of the Byakko model, was just one such war machine. Then we got another album information, Zero by Low Roar. This was Low Roar's second album, and the record which Hideo Kojima picked up on a visit to Iceland when the band first came to his attention. His driver at the time, a member of a band known as Iceland's Joy Division, took him to a record store where Low Roar was playing in the background. Right from the moment Mr. Kojima first heard the band, he wanted to use their music in one of his games, and Death Stranding proved the perfect opportunity to do so. It's classic Hideo Kojima. Find something you like, then create something together with them. Yep, and it did work out really well, I must say. Alright, just like to equip the harmonica and the cap. Alright, time to take on some orders. We got 3 of them. Evo Devo unit delivery to the engineer.
Your destination is a shelter south of Lake Knot City. The package you're carrying contains a network-ready Evo Devo unit. A special device that applies the principles of evolutionary biology to practical problems. When used in conjunction with a chiral printer, it can recreate items from incomplete structural data. It's a prototype, but so far our trials have been successful. The client is a civilian. We call him the engineer, who's agreed to put the unit through validation testing for us. Be careful. The EDU is a delicate piece of equipment that must be handled with care. If you don't, it can and will break. Oh, and the engineer is second gen, born in the shelter. Not so good with people, but he's a whiz with machines. Or so I hear.
Alright, so that's that one. And then prescription medicine delivery for the elder.
The client is a first-gen prepper. Old school. Been in and out of shelters since before the Death Stranding. Deliveries of his medication have fallen behind, though, and he's about to run out. There's just one case you need to bring, but there are multiple packs inside. Every dose counts, so you'd best handle it with care. While the client's life isn't in immediate danger, he's probably having a rough time. Don't keep him waiting, huh?
That one's the lightest, 1.5 kilograms. And finally, gun parts and anti-BT weapon delivery to the Craftsman.
You'll be handing this one off to a guy we call the Craftsman. Repairs, modifications, you name it, he can do it. Makes weapons too. Nothing lethal on account of his pacifism. In fact, if you give him something lethal, he'll turn it into something that isn't. A tool designed purely for self-defense. That's what the gun parts listed in the order are for. Make sure they get to him and no one else. Guns make bodies, and bodies make craters. While you're at it, I'd also like you to transport some blood bags and hematic grenades. You know, the ones you field tested against BTs and delivered to Lake Knot City. You'd like to dole them out to the local porters. We've got no reason to keep them to ourselves, so I figured we may as well oblige him.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and take all 3 orders and get them done.
An empty container tagged with a fake ID, aka decoy cargo. Could be useful for fooling folks who can't get enough of other people's deliveries.
An empty container that can be used to distract meals and others. When destroyed, it emits a cloud of smoke, blinding those nearby. I'm definitely gonna bring maybe 2 ladders, 1 climbing anchor. I need more container repair spray. I'll pass on the PCC right now. Definitely need more hematic grenades though. It's good to have extras. And what's in my private locker? Oh yeah, the EX grenades. I don't necessarily need those at this time. Let's head out.
Order assigned.
Alright. So the closest one is the engineer. That might be good to go to. To go to first, I mean.
Beginning scan. Have a pleasant journey.
Hello!
Hello! Alright. There you go.
You're passing through mule territory. Move fast
Yeah. 1 second.
and quiet. Because if they see you, if they catch you, to think that their parents' reporters like you who risk life and limb to try and keep our country together. And now their broken children carry on the work without any understanding of what it once meant. It's a ritual to them. The delivery. An insatiable addiction. And they'll be coming for you to get their next fix.
I didn't check to see if there were any vehicles in the online garage, but oh well. I'll just go on foot for now.
Keep on keeping on.
Just giving lots of likes to all these signs.
Keeping on.
Yeah, so be heading through meal territory.
Weapons restrictions lifted.
Your sign has 0 legs. Here, let me give you some. So yeah, the engineer is over there. can't do anything with that paver at the moment.
Looks like a way through.
I'm gonna go check out this watchtower. Yeah, so there are a bunch of meals here. Oh, and there's a memory chip. And a big chiral crystal deposit. Cool. I'll have to check that out later. Let's see, those things popped up. I can see them because I saw them with the watchtower. Best to be prepared. Alright, well, let's go take care of this dude. Since he's coming right for us. Come on. Ooh. Just gonna make a big old pile of them. Alright, there's one guy right there. Let me go take care of him. Whoa, dude. Come on. Come on. Ah, porters will temporarily be able to traverse this area. Awesome. And that means I'll be able to safely go through here. Until it resets, of course. There are a lot of metals in here.
There we go.
I don't want to carry a whole bunch of stuff with me right now, though. want to pick up all these chiral crystals. Ooh, that's a big one. Whoa, Sam, careful. All right. Now to get on to the engineer. And he is right there. You can see a shelter just right there. It's just on the other side of this creek. Oh, some packages for Lake Knot City. Lost cargo medication.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Fragile Express ID verified. Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until departure. Cargo verified. Thank you. Delivering cargo.
Thanks. Sam Bridges, I presume? I've heard of you. The man trekking across the country trying to reconnect folks. I appreciate you bringing me this. I do. Times have been tough without Fragile Express to handle deliveries. Let me just check the cargo. Huh. Wow. You took really good care of this.
You're
I'll
welcome.
let Bridges know how the V&V testing goes. Thanks again.
It's awesome.
I need you to understand something. It's about Fragile.
Yeah?
You might have heard she helped terrorists, that she didn't care who got hurt. But I'm telling you, that's gotta be bullshit. Her and her people put their lives on the line to get us what we needed. She's a hero through and through. Look, I was born in the shelter. The only world I've ever known is within these walls. So when people talk about America, I can't even begin to imagine it. But if that Cupid connects me to everyone else, I won't have to. So yeah, I want to join the UCA. I want to see what I've been missing.
Cool. Engineer has joined the UCA. The engineer has provided design data for the following: Power Skeleton Level 1 and Smoke Grenade Level 1. New interview data acquired.
And with that, my standalone 3D printer is capable of chiral printing. Assuming it works, the Evo Devo unit should enable me to replicate all kinds of archived objects. We can rebuild America one piece at a time. In the meantime, I can use the network to see what's going on in the cities, track mule and terrorist activity. It's like you brought me the whole wide world in that package. Thank you, Sam. Let's do business again. Oh yeah. I've got a little something I'd like you to put through its paces. An assist unit I developed myself. Works perfectly in sim trials, but I need someone to test it out on solid ground. And if it makes your job a little easier, all the better.
Awesome. Gave me a power skeleton.
Sam, active skeletons attached to your legs
Hey,
can augment your
Slug.
physical capabilities.
How's it going?
The one you've got there is a load-bearing AS, designed to reinforce your joints. Just wearing an AS will provide additional support, but you can also boost it to maximize its potential. Go ahead and take it for a spin. You won't be disappointed.
Alright, let's go. Remove cargo and equip. Equipping the power skeleton would cause any cargo attached to the hips to be offloaded. That's okay for now.
Thank you kindly. Come around again soon.
Good work. New order available. Please access delivery terminal for further information.
Alright, let's see what standard order to Lake Knot City. Sure, I can take it. Carry it with me on my way back. So we can also make smoke grenades, but I think I'll be okay. Alright, well, have a good night, day, whatever. And hopefully I can catch you on a future stream. If the time works out better later. So, got some email and some interviews to read. William Lake, all about preppers. We made rounds of the local preppers when I first arrived here with Bridges 1. There should be some interviews floating around that the records team transcribed. Take a look if you get the chance. We were mainly sounding out the situation on the ground and trying to convince them to join the UCA, of course. But we already suspected they weren't the type to follow the herd. Why else would they be out here? Still, we found the odd community-minded soul among them. Not all were holed up in the shelters by choice. Some were running from something. Others had just been born into the life. Getting the few we did to throw their lot in with the UCA was a pain in the ass, though. It didn't help that the chiral network wasn't up and running back then either. All we could do was put the parts in place and promise they were going to work someday. And now they finally do, thanks to you. Could be the skeptics might finally come around now that we can show as well as tell. You keep up the good work, you hear? Get us all back on the grid. I will. Tips. I know I say this every single time, but they should include a patch that lets you simply click a mark all as read option with tips and emails and interviews for those people who aren't quite as interested in reading all this stuff. 'Cause some people aren't into reading, or I like reading. Hartman 1 year ago, the Evo Devo unit. It seems a rather significant breakthrough has been achieved back at headquarters. They've successfully integrated an Evo Devo unit into a chiral printer. In case you're not familiar with the term, Evo Devo refers to evolutionary developmental biology. Your genes, mouse genes, dinosaur genes, the genes of every living being are virtually identical, and yet we develop into such radically different organisms. Thus, a question arises. Why did such disparate life arise from the self-same building blocks? Evo Devo was the field of study that sought to solve this mystery, to lay bare the secrets of evolution. Before the advent of Evo Devo, it was thought that in order to reconstruct a dinosaur, we would require a sample of its DNA. Seems a little far-fetched. However, thanks to this technology's ability to extrapolate from existing data, we could, with the correct stimulus, grow a dinosaur from the DNA of any living organism. We could, in essence, recreate the process by which dinosaurs evolved from primeval life forms. An Evo Devo unit applies these same principles to the problem of information and object reconstruction. With the help of the chiral network, we may take incomplete data, and indeed incomplete objects, and reproduce their complete forms. This data can then be fed into a chiral printer, and voila, partial data yields finished product. The tech isn't viable for everyday use just yet, but when it is, it will be of incalculable benefit to our research and bring our reconstruction efforts forward by a matter of decades. So you would be trying to create dinosaurs. I saw a movie somewhere where they did just that, and it didn't turn out very well. All right. Interview from Mama 3 years ago before first expedition's departure. In a way, the chiral network makes use of the beach to allow us to travel through time. See, sending large amounts of data takes large amounts of time, as you'd expect. But the thing about beaches is, well, time doesn't pass the same way in them as it does out here. Might not even pass at all. Think about how the light from the stars in the sky we see was produced thousands and thousands of years ago. Routing data through the beach is like jumping to a point earlier in that journey, thereby cutting it shorter. Much shorter. Just imagine, massive amounts of data transferred almost instantaneously. That's what we're trying to achieve with the chiral network in a nutshell. In theory, the network allows us to reconstruct old data that would otherwise be lost, and to do so with fragmented resources. Using what's known as Evo-Devo analysis, we could take the finger bone of a dinosaur, say, and extrapolate from that not only the dinosaur's form, but its composition, internal, external, even its thought process to a degree. Anything's possible with chiral computing. In other words, we won't just be able to reunite a nation, we'll be able to reclaim everything we lost in the Death Stranding. More even, theoretically, we could go back as far as the birth of the planet and beyond, and thanks to the beach, we'll be able to compile all that data in one place and reduce the processing time for even the most complex analysis to effectively zero. Yeah, that's pretty snazzy. Prepper interviewed the engineer 2 years ago. My horizons ain't exactly broad. That said, I'm not completely cut off from the outside world. I knew what Bridges was, and that they were trying to rebuild America, but when you're living down here, it's hard to see how that's got anything to do with you and yourself, am I right? My folks holed up in this shelter after the Death Stranding. Had a kid and raised him in their slice of paradise. Together, we lived off whatever Fragile Express was kind enough to bring our way. They told me tales about about the good old days, but I've never had much of an imagination. Couldn't see how a country long gone was my concern of me and mine. Far as I was concerned, Or far. Sorry, I was just rubbing my eye. Far as I figured, if Fragile Express was happy to keep bringing us stuff, we didn't need anybody else, and we certainly didn't need America, whatever that even was. But then one day, I was looking at a part for this machine my dad put together. He was an engineer too, and I noticed something. It said, "Made in the USA," right there in tiny print. It got me thinking that America might not exist anymore, but the stuff Americans built is still around, making our lives a little bit easier even now. You could say the old country lives on in its works, kinda like how my folks live on in me. They, died a while back. Anyway, if they were American, I guess that makes me American too, and maybe this shelter a part of it all. Once I realized that, I started pouring my heart into building stuff to help you guys put the country back together. Yeah, and thank you for that hard work. Alright, I did pick up a memory chip, and now I'll be able to unlock it.
You don't know how long I've wanted this. Thank you.
Eggshell carving.
Thank you for your contribution.
Well, let's take a really quick look at that. Oops. Memory chips. Eggs are fragile things. Drop one and it will break in an instant. Eggshell carvings are delicate etchings made on the brittle surfaces of their shells. These carvings originated in ancient China, and their depictions of flowers and birds are believed to have been intended to celebrate births and weddings, at which they were given as gifts. They symbolize the fleeting fragility of life and the delicate miracle of birth, and even a legendary porter would need to exercise great care when carrying one. Well, thankfully, we won't be carrying those.
All right, that's one prepper way station. 2 to go.
Yeah, I'm gonna head over to the Elder from this point.
Until next time.
Yeah, there. See, I move so much more smoothly. My balance is better. Oh! Look at that. Already I'm finding some lost cargo for the engineer. Someone had put down a ladder just right over here. I didn't even notice it. Oh, there's 2 of them. 2 people had the same idea. Alright. I'm just going to drop off this lost cargo at the engineer. Wow, I'm being so close.
Verifying ID. Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until departure. Cargo. Delivering cargo.
Oh, hey. Good to see you. You've done more for us than we had any right to ask. Don't think we don't know that. Thanks. Until next time. Good work.
Alright, anyway. Onward to the Elder. And he's up there.
Weapons restrictions lifted.
And it would just be so easy to get caught up in grabbing lost cargo left and right. But then you'd be forced to either entrust them to another porter or have to backtrack completely. But yeah, the only reason why I had grabbed the lost cargo for the engineer when I did was because I was still pretty much right next to his shelter. All these other pieces are... it'd be counterproductive.
There we go. There we go.
Okay. Should be able to climb this. Oh. I think there's a memory chip over here. I think I saw a flash. Yep. Look, a ladder.
There we go.
Aha! William Lake. The NPC who is head of distribution of Lake Knot City. He left this.
This one's for you.
That's right, funny. Okay. Shouldn't have too much trouble just climbing this. Especially now that I have the exoskeleton.
Nice.
All right, here's the Elder.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Fragile Express ID verified. Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until departure. Cargo verified. Thank you. Delivering cargo.
I've been expecting you. You are my lifeline. I've only managed to get this far thanks to porters, and you don't ask for anything in return. You have my gratitude. Let's see how's the package.
All I want in return are likes.
Wow, this is great. Excellent job, thank you.
You're welcome. Sussum.
So you're here on behalf of Fragile Express. Please tell me you put the terrorists behind you. When Fragile, the daughter of the founder, started associating with other couriers, things started getting scary around here. Rumors say that she caused the explosion at Middle Knot City, and there's a part of me that believes it. Of course, she could be just another one of their victims. Are you connecting the chiral network? I don't mind a contract with Bridges, but I'm not going to join the UCA.
Fair enough.
Go ahead if you're fine with that.
Shouldn't be a problem. Whatever floats your boat.
Maybe you already heard it from Fragile, but preppers who don't want to be a part of the UCA can still sign a contract with Bridges to join the network. They get to use our delivery services and other basic Cairo network infrastructure, much like our full members. Similarly, you'll be able to use their Cairo printing facilities to replenish your supplies. They are not, however, obligated to exchange data with us. So don't expect them to share intel or help with the development of new tech. In an ideal world, everyone would be a part of the UCA, of course. But failing that, we want everyone to at least be a part of the network. They can always change their minds after the fact. The Cupid will interface differently with the terminal depending on the type of contract. So connect your Cupid to confirm.
Elder has entered a contract with Bridges.
The company just got too big. Times like these, we should all keep it close and tight. That goes for couriers, too. Otherwise, we'll just make the same mistakes. Republics, federations, coalitions, states, connecting all kinds of people together. It's just asking for trouble. Sorry. It's been a while since I last talked to anyone. Travel safe. See you around, then.
Good work. New order available. Please access delivery.
Let's see what he has. Oh yeah, we can go and share the memory chip data.
Just about given up on this. I owe you one.
Thank you for your contribution.
Okay, we will read that in a moment. So he has one to go to the engineer and one to Lake Knot City. I mean, I could backtrack and then go over to the Craftsman. Gain a tower of cargo.
Order assigned.
However, the exoskeleton is helpful.
Good job, Sam. That's 2 prepper way stations integrated into the Cairo network. Just one more left.
Okay. So, engineer is back there. Rainbow. And it's gone.
There we go.
Alright, somebody put a ladder there. I'm gonna put down a climbing anchor.
hear me?
I hear you.
Thanks for the help. Today's a good day.
Okay. So we're going back there. And then I will hit up the Craftsman. Pro tip, holding down square while you're going down a ladder lets you slide. Very useful. Oh, don't worry, BB. It's okay. We're getting out. We're getting out. There you go. BB doesn't like to be submerged underwater. I could imagine how that would be a little scary. Poor little guy. Let's see. I might be able to grab that one. I don't think it's too far away. That lost package for the engineer.
There we go.
Whoa! You just tripped on a rock. Oh my goodness. That was close. Sam is not very coordinated early on. But the more deliveries you make, the more your stats go up. And that's always a big help. Let's grab some old art books. It's the Leaning Tower of Packages. Whoa. There, meant to grab it. Alright, we're almost there.
How you doing, Sam? There we go.
When Sam talks out loud to himself, it's pretty funny.
Clear. Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until departure. Cargo verified. Thank you.
Alright. Gonna give you these things.
Hey, Sam. How's it going? Well, the cargo's in great condition.
Ah, now we already have Power Skeleton level 2 and Smoke Grenade level 2. So that was definitely worth it to come back.
Thanks. Until next time.
Good work. New order available. Please access delivery terminal for further information.
Alright, I am going to go and recycle the current power skeleton Oh, and he has one going back to the Elder. Lots of back and forth going on here. Alright, let's make one power skeleton level 2. Now that is an upgrade.
Thank you for your contribution.
Okay, so we had some things to read. The Musician, Music Unlimited. Yo, Sam. Thanks for dropping by, man. Gotta say, I wasn't expecting visitors, but hey, it was good to see somebody. Anyways, I decided to join the UCA just to see what the deal is. I mean, I'd heard the rumors, but I was always a bit skeptical. I didn't think countries or borders or whatever had anything to do with music. I was way off, though. The chiral network's incredible. A guy can get all the music he could ever need. There's some seriously good shit on here, too. It's all pretty old, though. Far as I can see, nobody's written anything new in forever. Nobody except me, that is. Y'all might be happy playing the classics on repeat, but that's not how I roll, man. Ain't a life worth living without new sounds, you feel me? The Ludens fan. Order delivery to Port Knot City. Sorry, Sam, I know you're a busy man, but I need to deliver something to a guy named Victor in Port Knot City. It's only right that he has it, not me. And it's unique too, so chiral printing's not an option. If you could do the honors, I'd be super grateful. So that's something where I would have to go back to, I'd have to fast travel to the eastern region to do that. Alright, memory chip about Christine. In this 1983 horror classic by visionary genius John Carpenter, Christine, a sentient car, embarks on a murderous spree in order to wreak revenge on the humans who wronged her. The movie was based on the novel of the same name by Stephen King, an author widely considered to be the master of modern horror. Carpenter, meanwhile, earned acclaim for birthing a whole new and wildly popular type of boogeyman-based scary movie with his breakthrough hit, Halloween. Without John Carpenter, there would have never been a Jason, a Freddy, or a Chucky. Well, I'll pass on those kinds of horror films, if that's alright with you. But yeah, if I decide to go back to the eastern region to
Weapons restrictions lifted.
to do all that other stuff, I may do that off screen. Unless if people would find it really interesting to watch. I don't know.
There we go.
Okay, so we are going back to the Elder to drop off this order. And then we can go to the Craftsman. So we'll just go up there the way we had gone originally. Seemed to work out pretty well.
There we go. There we go.
go up this ladder. Let's see how this person's placement was.
Yeah, this is nice.
Okay, I had already been on this ladder. Because it showed that I had already liked it. Oh, and there's my climbing anchor. Okay. I know where I am now. I'm afraid to use the climbing anchor rope, though, with this big old tower of... Like, I'm worried that the top of it will hit the cliff.
Always like the quiet.
How far away is this package for the Elder? Oh, it's all the way down at the bottom of this mountain, bluff, whatever you want to call it.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID.
Yeah, sandalweed keeps respawning here, so might as well grab some.
All weapons will be locked until departure. Cargo verified. Thank you.
Thanks for dropping by again. It's always good to see you. Let's see how's the package. Wow, this is great. Excellent job. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Until next time.
Good work.
Let's see, does he have... No, okay. We did get some more mail. Jake Wind. Tell Amelie we're true believers. Dear Sam, how's it going? Still heading west? We're rooting for you. We were part of the second group, so we never got to speak with Amelie face to face. Caught the occasional holo message, but that was about it. Still, every little bit helped to keep us going. She's just like her mother. Tough, clever, easy on the eye, too. Won't lie and say I didn't notice. But what really resonated with us was that fire she carries, that conviction, same as Bridget. Any one of us would have laid down our lives in service to her vision. I suppose this is all a long-winded way of saying you ought to move on and meet her like we never got to. And when you do, tell her we're all still believers in the cause, and in her, and her mother. You'll do that, won't you? William Lake. Don't keep the others waiting. Hey Sam, can't tell you how good it was to see you coming over the water on that boat. First time we've welcomed so much as a turd in, what, must be 2 years now? Some folks were even saying everything east of Ground Zero must have been wiped out completely. The occasional message drifted in from HQ, but people, not a one. We'd half given up on the Cupid ever being finished on the second expedition, the whole shebang. And then you showed up, and with a working Cupid to boot, our knight in shining armor. Sorry, don't mean to sound like I'm not grateful. I am, more than you know. Every single person here was waiting for someone like you to come along. And there'll be more waiting west out of here. A lot more. You best go find them. Alright, time to go to the Craftsman. And he is over there. It might be a little rough getting down here though. But I'll take a look to see if anyone's built any ladders or climbing anchors. Ah, and there's a meal camp there. Lovely. Alright, might be able to safely... Whoop! Whew. Stopped just in time. Sometimes you just gotta pull back on the stick to rein him in. Yeah, those meals. Definitely want to steer clear of them. Just because I have a bit more of a tower of cargo on me. Like, I won't mess with them if I don't have to. Okay. So... Alright, so we'll just follow this river. Oh, I see one of their sensor poles. Yeah. I'll steer clear of that. As long as I stay outside of their borders, they won't bother me.
There we go.
And another auto paver. Okay. Alright, we should be safe as far as the meals are concerned.
Just you, yourself, and me.
I have a lot of ladders to spare. Oh. That would have been close. Where is the next sensor? I'm not sure. Oh, there's another sensor pole right there. Ah! Ah, great. Okay. So part of their boundary went over the river. That's what I was just trying to be careful of. Alright. Craftsman is right over here.
There we go. There we go.
So many chiral crystals.
scan. Scanning bridges ID. Fragile Express ID verified. Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until departure. Cargo verified. Thank you. Delivering cargo.
You're not with Fragile Express, are you? Oh, I get it. Bridget is using their IDs to complete the delivery. Well, good work, son. I'll take that off your hands. Package looks... brand new. Wow. Been a while since I've seen cargo in such good shape. Thank you kindly. I know it couldn't have been easy. What's your angle anyway? Everyone knows Fragile was behind the attack that wiped out Middle Knot City. Only a damn fool would trust that terrorist to deliver shit now. But here you are, filling in. Keeping her business alive for her, am I right? I swear. Can't trust anyone these days. And don't try sweet-talking me onto your little network. You know why there's been so many terrorist attacks recently? Because you all pissed them off with your talk of reuniting the country. Join the UCA. I may as well paint a bullseye on my shelter. Just keep my deliveries coming. We'll get along just fine. Don't need any trouble. Though I will say, I appreciate these hematic grenades of yours. Quality work, gotta admit. And not the sort of equipment the UCA ought to keep to itself. There's a lot of freelance porters operating in these parts, after all. If I could churn these out by the boatload and gear up those folks. Now you're good people. I can see that. And you brought my order like I asked. But it'll take more than that for me to agree to what you're asking. Chiral Network is a big step. But if you could prove to me Bridges is an organization I can trust... Well, how about this? Do another run for me. I'll put the details on the terminal there.
Good work. New order available. Please.
Okay. In the meantime, so he wants me to do some more stuff, so I'm gonna go and store all these other things. Into my private locker. That way I don't lose them and I don't have to carry them with me.
Not far from Middle Knot City, you'll find the ruins of an old shopping mall. They predate the Death Stranding. The Craftsman used to live there, until terrorists organized a void out or two and BTs started showing up. Needless to say, the Craftsman had to move house in a hurry. Grabbed what little he could and left most everything else behind. Which is where you come in. He wants you to go and get his old toolkit and bring it back to the shelter. His old home's locked up tight, but he'll open it remotely for you when you set out. Place is crawling with BTs, though. No one in their right mind would even try to pull this off. But if you can, then the old man might finally realize Bridges is only trying to help.
Yeah, I can do it.
The toolkit you're looking for ought to be in my old shelter. It's been tagged, so shouldn't have any trouble finding the place. I'll unlock it remotely once you get there. Oh, and take some of those hematic grenades you brought with you. Nothing you'll want more when those BTs put your back against the wall, right? Here's hoping it won't come to that.
All right. Let's go get this taken care of. Oh, hey, look.
Hello?
Hey, people. Look, fellow porters.
Ah. Yeah.
Let's see, I should give him something. How about... some container repair spray, maybe? You want that?
Huh?
There you go.
Huh?
That's for you.
Aha.
You're welcome.
Hey, mine's heavier.
Yo,
Yo.
I like that this whole area of the game has those freelance porters running around. When I was playing this game through on my own time, when I got to the mountainous area, like I would find groups of 3 or 4 of them just hiking through the snow, delivering packages and all that. Pretty fun.
Weapons restrictions lifted.
Alright, we got another piece of mail. You gotta go the extra mile. Thanks again, Sam. You really came through for us today. Now, you can tell me to mind my business if you like, but I couldn't help but notice that you've been getting better delivery evaluations lately. Looks like you know what you stand to gain if you go the extra mile. Or do you? The British evaluation system will see you properly rewarded for providing that extra bit of service to make people happy. Speaking of happy, I just remembered the time you first came here after crossing Ground Zero. True, successfully delivering cargo to its destination is your job first and foremost, but people are demanding. They don't just want their shit carried from A to B, they want a little more, you know. Special treatment, something that will put a smile on their face. Hey, I get it. It's a lot more work for you, tracking down lost cargo, returning items to rightful owners, and it's not really part of the job description either. But you better get used to it, because standards are changing and people are only going to expect more from their porters. Anyway, it's usually worth your while. Going above and beyond is a good way to rack up plenty of likes, and hell, sometimes you end up doing it without even realizing you did. I'm serious. Next time you complete an order, take a closer look at your results. See if there isn't a symbol next to your likes which indicates that you got them for performing optional extras. You might be surprised. It may all seem like a hassle right now, Sam, but you can never have too many likes. That's true. You can never have too many. Alright. Going into BT territory.
There we go.
Memory chip. those sounds sounded quite interesting. Okay, where is the other BT? Oh, there he is. Ooh. All the handprints. Always good to pick up the chiral crystals that drop from them. Big boy. Oh, that one's searching for me. Alright, we just need to get over here. Just getting some of these guys off my ass. Alright, should be okay. Now, what's in here? Whoa, just a whole lot of ceramics and metals. I don't feel like I need to... There must have been like right behind the shelter. Where... Oh! That was a bit harrowing, just like seeing it floating right above me. Alright, I might as well just go back exactly the way I came. Because then that'll be cleared out mostly. Oops. When I press square before I get close enough to pick them up. These were the crystals from the BT I killed over here, so pick them up and we'll make our way out. Lost cargo for Lake Knot. I'll go grab that.
That was close.
Alright, we're safe.
There we go. There we go.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Fragile Express ID verified. Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until departure. Cargo verified. Thank you.
Alright, I got your toolbox.
Delivering cargo.
What? You kidding me? You actually went into that hellhole?
Mm-hmm.
You don't know what this means to me. Whole lot of memories in these old tools. The kind of stuff you can't replace with a chiral printer. I was giving you an impossible mission.
Not impossible for me.
Oh, yes, now we're talking. Whether you see the weapons I make with these, Sam Bridges, you are incredible.
Why, thank you.
Now, to be fair, Fragile and her crew never did me wrong. Could say I owe them, even. That they're running with Higgs now. And that makes them as bad as him, don't it? It's as if all the motherfucking terrorists are coming together like one big, happy family. Might be time for us to do the same. Maybe there's hope for us after all. At least if there's more folks like you in the UCA. Safety in numbers, huh? And the new America to boot. Connect me to the chiral network.
Craftsman has joined the UCA. The Craftsman has provided design data for the following. Bola gun level 1. New interview data acquired.
Right. Now that you're looking out for me, it's only fair that I look out for you. So, as long as you keep me connected, keep on supplying you with my best tools. And together we all might live a little longer. Oh, by the way, check out this beauty I made. It's called a Bola gun. Should keep anyone from giving you trouble for a minute. It's non-lethal, of course. I can't promise it won't leave marks, but that's on them. If you think you could use it, take it.
Oh yeah. I will use it.
A Bola gun, huh? That could come in handy. As is, you can use it to restrain human targets without killing them. But swap out those wires with strands spun from your blood, and it might even work on BTs. Go ahead. Give it a whirl.
And fun fact,
Well, you've done your bit. Time for me to do mine.
the Craftsman,
Good work. New order available. Please.
they used Herman Holst's appearance for him, and he is the guy who is the head of Guerrilla Games. And Guerrilla Games is the company that gave Kojima Productions the Decima engine. So it's pretty cool. Alright, let's see here. I want to go into my private locker to put these back on my back. And let's share memory chip data.
You picked this up for me? You shouldn't have. Really.
An Unknown Man's Journal, Part 1. Yeah, we'll definitely be wanting to read
Thank you
those.
for your contribution.
So let's see what orders he has. He has to the engineer, retrieval, and then give to the elder. It's probably another meal camp, and then food rations. I think I'll just do the Lake Knot City. Okay, we already have a Bola gun. I'm pretty sure that I'm supposed to head on over to Lake Knot.
Order assigned.
Yeah, I have all of these. So, more tips. I'll probably get myself back to Lake Knot. And then stop there for the day. Yeah, I'll at least read a memory chip. And I'll save the interviews for when I get to Lake Knot. Yeah. The Secret Confessions of a Certain Someone. Access the interviews menu to learn more. So that's where I'll be able to read them.
Excellent work, Sam. You've brought 3 way stations into the fold. The preppers are on the grid and the chiral network is looking better than ever. We're planning to use a regional distro center as our next way station. But that'll have to wait. Got a priority task here. A mess in need of cleaning up. We need you to recover one of Lake Knot City's system servers. They sent it out for repairs and mules hit the transport on the way back. The server contains validation data for a new delivery system we're deploying. Once in place, it will use the Cairo network to automate deliveries. To us, it's invaluable. To the mules, it may as well be a toaster. A toaster they'll happily tear apart for the Cairo crystals and rare earth metals inside. If we don't act quickly, we could lose that data. So get your ass to the mule's drop site, snatch the server, and bring it back to Lake Knot City. I'm putting the order in myself. Check your cufflinks for details.
Alright. And it looks like it will force us to go to this mule camp that we haven't cleared out yet.
Weapons restrictions lifted.
But now I have the bullet gun, so that will be of use. It'll be of help, I should say. But yeah, as soon as I get this done, get back to Lake Knot, then that'll be it for today's stream and recording.
Nice.
Well, this isn't exactly the best ladder, but I'll use it. Alright, this guy is coming straight for us, but he'll have to go through the river, and I don't know if he has the guts to do that. Alright, what are you gonna do, dude? Are you gonna try to come over here? You wanna come over here? Now he's in the river. His loss. Oh, here it comes. Alright. Come on, guys. Whoa! Unfortunately, that can happen. Oh. Okay. Oh, right in the crotch. Give him a good kick. Haha. just want to save some of my bola gun ammo. Whoa, dude. All right. We're all good. And now we can explore and loot this place to our heart's content.
Almost there.
Ooh, another bullet gun. Oh! Okay, well then. Let me pick it up. Low clearance doors. Oh. And memory chip.
There we go.
Somebody already put a sign down too. Alright, system server. Oh, engineer, that's on the way. The film director. I'm not gonna get the film director one. Because we're gonna end up going over to the film director as part of the story anyway. Ooh! Here, this will make things easier. Mine now. And everything is piled up. Huh. There's already a road put up. I didn't think that the roads appeared until after you are given the mission to make your first one. Yeah, and already I'm getting messages of people delivering repair materials to the auto pavers. Oh, those are some more porters. Well then. Sometimes the trucks are not the best. Alright, there we go.
Wonder if anyone's watching.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear. Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until departure. Cargo verified. Thank you.
Oh, hey. Good to see you. You've done more for us than we had any right to ask. Don't think we don't know that. Thanks. Until next time.
Good work.
You're a saint, Sam. Thank you.
Thank you for your contribution.
All right.
Keep on keeping on.
Thanks again for everything.
Now to get to Lake Knot. Yeah, look at that road. Let's use it.
Keeping on.
Alright, I'll just save my... Well, no, I can boost.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID.
Keep on keeping on.
Welcome to Lake Knot City. Proceed to distribution center.
A humble request for pizza. We'll have to look into that.
Hey there.
All clear. Welcome, Sam Porter Bridges.
Alright, we have a whole bunch of stuff to give them.
Welcome, welcome. The hired man said to expect you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you've got the server. Here, let me have a look at it. Nice. The great deliverer comes through again. The server's in perfect condition. It's a real relief to know all our records are safe. Thank you so much.
Saw some. Oh,
Sam, I've added a reverse trike to the list of supplies you can fabricate.
we can make a bike.
Lake Knot City was kind enough to provide the blueprints as thanks. I'd tell you all about it, but, didn't you used to have your own? Same deal.
Yeah.
2 front wheels, 1 rear, battery powered.
We lost it in the first
Fitted with an
cutscene.
auto-charging unit that kicks in when not in use. Requires skill to drive over obstacle-strewn terrain. Best suited to long, flat stretches, yada, yada, yada. We're working on securing you another vehicle, so you can look forward to that too.
I like Mama's sass. Ah, and now reverse trike long range. New interview data. Oh, so much. Another interview. So much stuff we get to read. Whew. Got a lot done.
Thanks, Sam. With that data, we can finally move forward with our plans for the new automated delivery system. I'll tell the boys to start testing the bots right away. Now, you'll need to take it to the distro center south of Lake Knot City. Check the delivery terminal whenever you're up for more work.
The preppers had some things to say about Fragile. You sure we can trust her?
That business with Higgs, thought I told you she hates him with a passion. Enemy of my enemy as far as I'm concerned. Don't take my word for it, though. Just ask her and judge for yourself. Like it or not, we need her help.
Oh, speak of the devil.
Sam, it's fragile. I hear you brought 3 preppers into the network and delivered everything they needed. That's some good work.
Long as we're shooting the shit. You mind telling me what the deal is with you and Higgs?
Been hearing stories, huh? I'll tell you all about it. In person. Meet me at the Distro Center, south of Lake Knot. You're headed there anyway, right?
Good work. New order available. Please access delivery terminal for further information.
Okay, I have to move this car. It's a stolen meal truck, so I can't put it in the garage. So, let's go into the private room. It's been a long day for Sam.
Good morning, Sam. Blood collection complete. Thank you for your generosity.
Even more mail. Well, I guess I have no choice but to get some of these readings out of the way. Definitely will read the mail. The Elder. Why join the UCA? You still out there fighting a good fight, kiddo? I tip my hat to you for that. And for bringing an old curmudgeon his medicine. I'm doing a whole lot better for it. Much obliged. So in exchange for signing a contract with Bridges, I get meds and supplies delivered to my doorstep? Huh, that's no different from the deal I made with Fragile Express. And while I may not have full use of this here network of yours, I can access the weather data and news I need to make life easier than before. All that without my having to join the UCA, so what incentive is there to do so? Good point. Peter Englert, a humble request for pizza. My dear Mr. Sam Bridges, it is an honor to make your acquaintance. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Peter Englert. After hearing so very much about you, all good, I hasten to add, I simply could not resist the urge to initiate a correspondence. My request is of such great import that I dare entrust it only to the man who delivers. My sister, bless her heart, has been feeling under the weather, and I fear there is only one thing that might restore the color to her cheeks. Pizza. I wonder if you might be so kind as to collect some from Lake Knot City and deliver it to our humble abode. I am more than aware of the gravity and urgency of your westward journey, but if you could find it in your heart to squeeze us in, I would be ever so grateful. Oh, and my dear sister is something of a ham lover. Please bear that in mind if you decide to oblige me. Oh, I will oblige you, all right. The Engineer. The commencement of an Evo-Devo unit testing. I know it can't be easy out there on your own, Sam, but we need you to stay strong. I've started on a few experiments with the Evo-Devo unit you brought me. So far, things are going pretty well. I'm not quite at the stage where I can perfectly recreate objects, but I suspect that's only because the Chiral Network's coverage is still limited. The more places you bring online, the better my results, most likely. Anyway, I'll be submitting regular reports on my progress to Bridges. Rest assured I'll keep at it. Incidentally, I've taken an interest in the Audiodeck lately. These days people tend to associate them with BBs or think of them as BT detectors, but they were originally designed as more all-purpose scanners for the detection of people and various objects. Seems they've undergone quite a few changes over the years. By all accounts, many of the original features were cut at some point. One such feature would allow users to project holograms, which could be pretty useful, and another would utilize chiral connections to reconstruct past data for present-day applications. I don't believe these features are lost forever, though. If we keep expanding the network, someone's bound to take the initiative and create new and improved versions of them. Anyway, I've taken up enough for your time. We should catch up in person one day. the Craftsman, mules, heroes or villains. Hey Sam, how's that bola gun working out for you? You put it to good use yet? Oh, I did. A+. Listen, I've come up with a few more ideas for new gadgets since we last spoke. And Chiral Network makes it so easy to share data, you can fabricate stuff pretty much anywhere. In fact, I might ask you to test them out for me sometime. It's in your interest too, what with you maybe having to go against meals and whatever other crazies are out there. But if you do have to throw down, remember that meals used to be just like you. They were porters when the world went to hell. People trying to help people in all that chaos and confusion. Would have been hailed as heroes if they hadn't gone batshit. That's what most people think, me included. Though I heard it might not be that simple. Might be that they started out as smugglers, and that's why they can navigate all kinds of hard country. Guys like that, well, something tells me they wouldn't be altruists at heart. Guess there's no way of knowing the truth of it now. Anyway, Sam, I doled out a few of those hematic grenades and you brought me to some local porters, along with some blood bags. If they work as advertised, then our people might just be able to stand up to BTs if necessary. Could be a new beginning for the whole community. Yep, that would be great. And so we got some tips. I'm just keeping an eye on the time. This has been going on, this current recording has been going on for 2.5 hours, so I really should wrap it up now. I'll save, I'll read the memory chips, but I will read the interviews when I begin my next stream. So that'd be on the next weekend. Honda NSR 250R. I'm sure I did not say that right. A mass-produced motorcycle based on the Honda NSR 250, a racing bike which won 4 straight manufacturers' championships from 1985 onward and found success in motorsport events both inside and outside Japan. Japanese manufacturers began moving away from 2-stroke engines in the late 1990s due to the introduction of emissions regulations, which meant that production of the NSR 250R ceased in 1999. In the world of Death Stranding, all motors are electrical. So much better for the environment. So I'm going to read those interviews at the beginning of my next stream, which will be this Saturday. And yeah, so that was a very productive chunk. And that is a very good place to stop. So thank you to everyone who tuned in, whether you said hello or not. And I will see you guys all next time. Goodbye.